Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I am going live everywhere. I'm going live on Instagram. So if you see me reaching out like there, so I'm trying to scroll through comments and likes and like people comments and stuff like that. I'm also live here on LinkedIn, and I would like to encourage everybody who is joining my live stream this morning to actually to connect with each other, so I just got notification that I went live. So as people are joining in, how we network on LinkedIn and how can we actually network on social media. It can be true for LinkedIn, it can be true also for other social media. You comment on a live stream, you leave a comment on the live stream, and other people, as you see people commenting, connect with those people. So this is something that I constantly preach on my live streams. Hello. So as you joining, please say hello, say hi. And today we're going to talk about freelancing and full-time job, and what I think about it. And we're going to dive into all of the details. So, as I said, as you're joining, please tell me where you're joining from. I am in Chicago, Illinois. Happy to connect with you. I am too. Um, I'm streaming right now from Chicago, Illinois. Tell me where you're watching me from. Hello, friend Eugene Perez and others. Hello, guys. Hey y'all, welcome to my live stream. So let's get started. Freelance versus full-time job. So more often, more often I see on LinkedIn, people are struggling finding a job and they say, hey, I'm just gonna go and go on my own, and I'm going to be a full-time freelancer because I can't land a job. And we need to talk about it. Because as a freelancer, here's the thing: as a freelancer, you can make it work, and you can make a lot of money as a freelancer, and you can make a lot of profit as a freelancer, and more importantly, you set your profit yourself. So nobody, like, there's no HR, there's no CFO, CTO, CEO who is limiting your earning potential. And it's true when it comes to entrepreneurship. It's not just freelance, it's any type of entrepreneurship. So this is like this is important to say. So, but now let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's talk about freelance in details. So there are two ways you can leverage freelancing. Two ways you can leverage freelancing. You can leverage freelance as a way to build your experience, and it's a totally different ball game. Because as a new developer, as a new engineer, you are learning many important skills when you are building your experience through freelance. So and you're learning how to communicate with others. You are learning how to make your estimation, so other people know how to connect with how when you're going to be done. So you're learning many important skills, not just coding, and you're learning how to solve complex problems as well. So it's a good experience to build yourself up as a professional, as a developer through freelance. And when you are building your experience, you're building your legacy, right? You are building your expertise, your learning. And it might be for a low price, it might be for no price. Because when I was in a situation that I needed to have more experience as an iOS developer, I decided to freelance for my friend absolutely free. I was in tech. I was working with iOS team already and making money and making money with that. Can it be coupled with a full time position? Tatiana, we're gonna talk about it later, like your freelance and your full-time position, because it's an excellent point. It's actually an excellent point. And it's not just about freelance, it's about your whenever you're starting your entrepreneurship journey, you might be wondering, okay, when do I quit my full-time job and go full-time with business, or how do I reconcile two? We're going to talk about a little bit later today. So but this is like this is excellent. This is excellent way to build your resume, to build your expertise, to build your legacy, to build your presence. And this is an amazing opportunity for for everybody to build yourself up. Now let's talk about freelance as a full time. And before I dive into freelance as a full time, when if like I don't know who needs to hear this, but and you may not like it what I'm about to say, but freelance doing freelance full time as your main business, as your main job, is not as different, and finding clients, landing clients, it is not as much different as landing full-time job, especially when you want to get the high paying jobs. It is not as much different. It's a different mindset, it's a different tactics, a little bit, but overall it is not as different. It is not as different. It's actually very similar. So, what do I mean by that? In both cases, when you're looking for a job and when you're looking for freelance clients, in both cases, if you want to charge premium price, you need to have strong online presence. You need to have personal brand. People need to know you. You need to expand your network daily. You need to demonstrate your skill set and your expertise daily. You need to build your community daily. You need to connect with the right people to network and collaborate daily. In both cases, full-time job or freelance. Full-time job, what is like the benefits of a full-time job is that you don't have to worry about business expenses. Those are already handled for you, because when you are a freelancer as a full-time, it's a little different. But like if you are struggling landing a job right now, you might be struggling landing clients for exact same reason you are struggling landing your job right now, because it's either your presence, your online presence is not strong enough, you're not marketing yourself correctly, people don't know about you, your network is not up to par where it's supposed to be, because those things, like, they come into play. And if you are on the verge where you're struggling with a job right now, I would start building like job and career strategy, because again, it's not as different from building yourself as a freelancer. And in fact, when you have strong online presence for your corporate job, you may attract freelance clients as well. So now let's talk about freelance job as freelance as a full-time business. Freelance as a full-time business. So when we're talking about entrepreneurship, and I'm going to address Tatiana's question right now. When we're talking about entrepreneurship, you need to figure out a few things right off the bat. And the same points will be applicable If you are working, if you are looking for a full-time job, so who is your who? Meaning, who is your ideal customer, or who is your ideal employer? Who do you want to work for? If you serve everybody, you don't serve anybody. You have to have your niche. You have to niche down, and start talking to those customers, because when you are talking to everybody, nobody can hear you. Because if you say, hey people, like most likely you're going to ignore that. If I say, hey iOS developers, like my iOS developers will pay attention and say, hey QA engineers, my QA engineers will pay attention. Hey, small business owners that provide food and beverage services, my local restaurants will pay attention. Hey, online coaches, my online coaches will pay attention. So it's important for your communication. It's important to know who are you talking to. That's number one. Number two, what is your unique value proposition? Because listen, there are a lot of freelancers. You are not the only developer. You are not the only web developer or mobile developer who can build good mobile apps. There are plenty of other people who can do that job, some maybe even better than you do. What is your unique value proposition? So, like, I would challenge you, if you want to go full time as a freelancer, I would challenge you to think about your unique value proposition, what you can deliver, what other freelancers can't deliver. And it comes with a full time job as well. For example, uh, let me just address Tatiana's question first. Like if you leveraging freelance as a side hustle, right? And you can definitely do that, and it's a good way to test out your business abilities. So when you either have really strict schedule, so like after work I do freelance, and you communicate that with your client and with your employer, and when your income matches or suppresses your income or higher than your income from your corporate job, then it's a really good time to quit. And also, as you are expanding in your business, you need more resources. And when you have constant cash flow, when you figure out the business model that works for you, you have consistent client, so you're making money of your business, then it's safe to quit your corporate job and start flying solo. And I would encourage everybody also have at least a year savings. When you are flying solo as a freelancer, have at least 1 year of savings, because as a new entrepreneur, in entrepreneurship, things go up and down and turn around sometimes. This is why it is important to have savings. So that's really, that's a question about that. So, niching down is important. Your unique value proposition is important, and your messaging is important, because, and check this out, when you have your unique value proposition, your messaging proposition, and your niche, people will come to you. So, let me tell you a little story. Back in the days, when I was not working in tech, I was doing sign language interpreting. And it was before Facebook, it was before YouTube, it was before Twitter, or those social media platforms, they were as strong enough. So what I was doing, I was trying to put myself out there and tell my stories everywhere. So meaning I will go to every concert that would involve like deaf community and sign language interpreting. I would connect with the local community. I would go to meetups and stuff like that. And later on, when I transitioned to therapy, and my job was closely related to the deaf community, I landed my first job simply because of my reputation. When I call uh, uh, the deaf school that I was working at the time, or when I was about to get employed, they immediately know who I was because I was closely connected with the community. And the same thing for other clinics and other centers where I was working as a therapist. People knew me because I was like everywhere. I was connecting with everybody. And now we can just connect with each other. And when I start pivoting to iOS development, I started talking about iOS test automation. I started talking about Swift and iOS development. People know me for what I do. People know me for test automation with XUI tests, and people know me for iOS development. And now people know me for career coaching because I'm talking about what I do every day. Every day, when you go to my LinkedIn profile, you see the same thing. What I'm talking about, different topics, different things. Like I go live every single week. It's consistency. I continue to build my brand. So why I'm telling you that? Because you, as a freelancer, you're a business of one. And by the way, even if you're not a freelancer, I invite you and challenge everybody to have of one mindset. Business of one mindset. Why? Because as a business of one, you are your marketing, your marketing agent. You need to market yourself. You need to develop your business plan, how you operate, what you deliver, what results, what is your promise on your results, and you define your niche, and also you communicate with your client. Because regardless if it is your client as a freelance client, if it is your employer, these are your clients, and you communicate if you deliver on the value proposition that you claim that you would deliver, so in a higher view, freelance and landing full-time job, they're not as much different. So like now, why many freelancers are struggling landing high paying clients? Because like one of two reasons. Like number one, you don't have your niche. You're not clear who are you talking to. And when you are not clear who you're talking to, nobody can hear you because you're not talking to anybody. Number two is your marketing. People think that if they post a few screenshots every week on their Instagram with a very nice music, they think it's marketing. It is not. As a freelancer, I would encourage you to start building community and start talking to your people and ask people what they need. Because uh, as developers, we're so focused on our technical skills. I know Swift UI, I know iOS development, I know Flutter, I know X, Y, and Z, but we're not asking our clients, our prospective employers, and our clients, what do they want? Because it doesn't matter what we can do if we don't know what to deliver to our customers. Let me say it again. It doesn't matter what we know if we don't know what to deliver to our customers. So build your community, build your network before you build your bank account. And as a freelancer, I challenge you, I invite you to connect with your prospective clients and start building community. Find out where they're hanging out. Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it like private communities? Are they more drawn to Discord? Where are they hanging out? Create communities for them. And let me give you an example. Let's say you're building business for restaurants, right? Like you're building business, your restaurants, and you really nail your niche there, and you really go at point of sale, connecting point of sale with a mobile app or with web app. So now start inviting local business owners to your either Facebook group or your Instagram account, your YouTube. I don't know where they're hanging out. So it's your market research. It's your job to find out where your ideal client is congregating. like, and you should be there. You should be hanging out there. You should be joining Facebook groups where your ideal customer hanging out. You should be there, and you should be delivering value. You should be building community. And talk, and before you start pitching your services, hey, I'm a web developer, I'm React developer, I know Python, I know X, Y, and Z, and I can build a really robust system for your business. They can hear you, because first provide value and ask what they want. Because as you hear what they want, you can figure out if you can deliver it or not, and how you can deliver it. You see, and start the conversation. And when you are in that deep connection, you ask them what they want. You communicate your value proposition, what you can deliver based on what they ask, and then you can land and say, hey, I'm a software developer and I'm working with React, or like I'm an iOS developer, and when I see, this is how I can solve your problem. I can connect your point of sale with my mobile application that your customer can download from QR code at your restaurant. It's really fast, and they can make selection, and they can order, and they can pay with my mobile app that I will deliver to you. And this is like, and then you don't need to sell anything. You don't need to address any objections, because your potential clients will address those objections themselves. Because, like, yes, I'm a restaurant owner. My system is not working as well. I need to automate certain things. Yes, I would like to buy your services. So, uh, to kind of summarize, I don't want to be long today. To kind of summarize, to be in both cases, if you want to land job successfully, and if you want to land successful freelance, successful entrepreneurship, you need to have your niche figure out, and you have to figure out your unique value proposition, what you can deliver to your ideal customer. So, do we have any questions? Like, please, I really appreciate all of your participation. I really appreciate all of your participation. It means a lot to me. Please let me know if you have any questions, and please connect with each other and network with each other, because I really would like to address your questions. Because I think it is important, because it really breaks my heart when somebody on LinkedIn or Twitter says, "Oh, I'm not able to land a job right now. The market is so harsh. I'm just gonna go by myself. I'm just gonna do my business. I quit corporate America." But at the same time, I realize that those people are up for really rude awakening, because, like, when I typically look at their profiles, they're not marketing themselves. They struggle to communicate their value. They struggle to deliver value, and they're not really building their network in their community. So, do I have any questions? So, like, when I change jobs or projects at my full-time position, I get more experience. What about freelance? Is it hard to get the same experience? Well, actually, it's very similar. Every freelance client, you will learn something new. You will learn something new, and you will learn skills. It's not just tech skills related. Let's say you have a client, and they need a robust system for mobile orders. And let's say you're a front end developer or mobile developer. You need a back end developer, or you need to learn it yourself. So, what you can also deliver to your customer, not just from technical perspective, you can say, "Hey, I need to work with a backend developer. So, do you have a budget for backend developer?" And let's say your customer says, "Yes, I do have budget for a backend developer." Now, you act as a mini recruiting agency for your customer, because you are recruiting backend developers to work together to build that system. I know developers who have done it quite successfully and they landed really lucrative positions. And by the way, a lot of people think about Upwork or other like freelance platforms as a main source of the customers. It is not, because if you want to break threshold like 20, 15, $30 per hour that those platforms normally, like a lot of developers are charging really low prices, you really want to start marketing on them very like on the high level, on the next level. And I like, if freelance is your full-time gig, either you have to have a lot of testimonials, hella a lot of testimonials on those platforms, but your strong online presence, you building communities for your prospective clients, that's what will get you there. And it will, like, when you are working as a freelance, every project will teach you something new, something that you didn't know, and something that may not even tech related, but you will involve as a developer and as a business owner. So you will think from both sides. Like, you will think as an engineer, right? Like, how do I build that system? And you will also think from the business owner perspective, marketing, hiring, because like you will at some point you will act like a CEO. You will start hiring people for your freelance business. Excellent question, Tatiana. Thank you so much. So, do we have any other questions? Because I know freelance can be really confusing. People may not, people may jump into freelance premature, like not prematurely, but without preparation. They think like, oh, like I used to be able to land jobs, I can land clients, but when it comes to entrepreneurship, it's a totally different ball game, and you have to be ready for that psychologically as well. You have to be you have to be really resilient to rejections, because listen, and this is me talking as a business owner. As a business owner, you will have and hear a lot of objections and rejections, and that's fine. And you should work on that. And also, you should work on social sales, because you don't want to sound salesy, but sales is serving, and selling your services is the whole another skill. Sell your services ethically, and it's the whole another level, and it's the whole another, and people pay a lot of money for that. So like, just gonna like kind of put it out there, because it's a lot when it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to freelancing, and it's a little bit bigger than just like, okay, like I'm a freelancer right now, these are screenshots of my portfolio, these are my mobile apps, these are my web apps, and like, here we go, like, hire me. No, it's not what it's not going to work like that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So, like, kind of what you see me doing out there, or LinkedIn and other platforms, putting myself out there, communicating and delivering unique value proposition. So, like, again, like, I'm not a freelancer, but like, let's say I'm a career coach. I'm a career coach who is in tech, who knows what software developers struggle with. This is why you should work with me. So this is value proposition, because like certain career coaches from different backgrounds, they may not be as good at what I do, because I closely and intimately understand software developers and QA engineers and other tech professionals, which other career coaches may not. So, like, it's just an example. The same thing, the same value proposition you have to communicate to your customer. Hey, I do X, Y, and Z for you. And if you look at other freelancers, nobody is delivering that. This is why you should work with me. And when you have unique value proposition, when you are offering unique services that your customer wants and needs, and you communicated that, you create a demand on that, then you can command premium price. This is how you command premium price. This is how you break financial threshold, and you go above what corporate America can offer you. So this is the way. because just sitting on the freelance websites and marketing yourself there, this is not the way. You can be there just for like omnipresence sake, and I will be talking about omnipresence in my future live streams when I talk about content creation and social media marketing, and so like social media presence as software developer. So like there's a thing, such thing as omni-channel, omnipresence. So well, I really appreciate everybody who joined my live stream today. I am wrapping things up. Please connect with each other. Please react on my live stream. If you're watching in replay, drop replay, and even if you're watching on replay, ask me a question, and I will either answer that in the thread in the comments, or I will shoot you a message. So thank you so much, everybody. If you are not connected with me yet, please connect with me. Please check out my bio. I am still building my wait list for my career legacy program. I will appreciate to see you there, and I will if you joining as you joining, I will send you really useful tips how to network on LinkedIn and tips on your career strategy. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all. Have an amazing week.